I got straight to on way with what if this would be with Deku had the omnitrix part 6. Now before we continue with the story, I need to tell you guys something. I want to change up some of the aliens that Deku have in his omnitrix. For Deku's alien choice, I do want to give him some of the original alien from the OG series. I'm talking about 4 Arms, Diamond Head, Accelerate, Upgrade, and Wild Mutt. The other 2 I also want to give to Deku, that's also from the OG, is Ditto and Blitzwolfer. Now for the other 3 aliens, I decided to pick them from Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, and Omniverse. The one from Alien Force will be Lodestar. The one from Ultimate will be Aerophibian. And finally, the one from Omniverse will be Ballweevil. Now, before we get right back into the story, there's something else I need to show you guys. So, basically, I kind of forgot how many aliens Ben had when he was a kid during the OG. I was trying to figure it out on Google. I searched it up, and this is what I found. Now, for clarification, I forgot how many aliens the OG originally had, so I had to Google that up. And while doing that, that's what I found. So, yeah. After that being said, let's get right back into the story. Now, for we will left this off, Deku finishing his UA exams, running down the building with Accelerate. Now, while Deku's running down the building, he sees a brown-haired girl under rubble. Once he reaches the ground, he runs right to her, swinging his tail. Not enough to hurt her, but just enough to knock off some rubble. He picks her up and runs off. Now, if Deku was under there by himself, about to get crushed by the giant 0-point robot, he would at least try to use Lodestar to push it back, but since there's someone under him, Deku would have attempted to destroy it, but since the robot's worth 0 points, he wouldn't do it anyway. Deku kind of wants to destroy the 0-point robot or see how well he would do against it, mostly because most of the time when he sees the dad on the news, mostly on rare occasions, he's usually fighting giant villains, and most of the aliens that he has are also giant as well. And he's also heard that they're from other planets, and some of them might be bad. Deku thinking in his head, saying, if I'm able to stop this robot or destroy it, I can prove to my dad that I can able to protect myself. And also, maybe I can ask him for some other aliens. Well, I'm also asking Dad for some more aliens. Maybe he can show me some of them so I can see which one I want, so I can just pick them out, so I can be a more capable hero. Deku pushed these thoughts aside, running towards the gate, putting the girl down and running back so he can get a few more points. A few minutes have passed and the exams are over. Deku runs back to the front, seeing a small old woman. Deku brings that brown-haired girl to the old woman, placing her down on the floor. After getting healed, she tells him thank you. After that, the old woman asks Deku, are you hurt? Deku tells her, no, I'm good, and proceeds to run off. Once Deku runs back into UA, he basically changes back into human, walking home. While Deku's on his way home, he gets a call from his father, asking him, so how was the exams? Deku responds, telling him, it was good so far, I think I did good. Ben asks the more serious question, so how many aliens did you use? Well, we want to know, I used a couple of aliens, but I finished it off with Accelerate. Finishing off with Accelerate, nice. Do you know that Accelerate was one of my first 10 aliens? Deku tells them, actually, no I didn't. That's interesting to know. Deku asks, so Dad, what was your first alien, and what was it like? Ben basically scratches his head saying, my first alien? Well, let's just say it was something to remember. I was really supposed to give it to you, but let's just say your auntie and Asmith wouldn't let you have him yet. Deku's very confused, so he asks his father, what did you do with that alien? Ben tells him, well, I'll tell you later. Once Deku gets home, he talks to his parents, they eat dinner. Before Deku goes to bed, he asks his father, so what's his first alien experience? Ben tells him, well, my first alien he blessed, and I may or may not have burned something important. Ben tells his son goodnight. Deku responds with, goodnight, Dad. After Deku falls asleep, Ben makes a call to UA, basically asking how did his son do in the test, telling he did pretty good. He was the only one that got some hero points. Ben tells him, that's pretty good. So, just in case, when are you sending out those discs? Nessie tells him, in a couple of days. Why do you want to know? Ben tells him, well, I want to send a recording to my son since I'm probably going to be busy on that day. So, yeah. Nessie tells him, sure, but you're going to have to do more than just one recording. Ben tells him, I'm not going to mess up. Nezu tells him, it's not because you'll mess up, because we want to set some recording for some other students. Ben tells him no problem. Nezu tells him thank you, but I also need to know something about your son. Is he arrogant like you when you were younger? Ben tells him no, I hope not, but me and my wife and his auntie made sure of that. Nezu tells him that's interesting. Ben responds, but yeah, he's not like prankster when I was young. He mostly shows his intelligence more than I have when I was his age. Nezu basically asks, just to be clear, are you talking? Ben cuts him off, telling him I'm talking about his natural intelligence, not the transformations. Nezu tells him that's pretty interesting. So how has Agnes been? Ben tells him he's been good. After Ben's done talking, he turns into a jet ray and flies all the way to UA. Basically seeing Nezu face to face. When Ben gets there, basically transforming back into human, saying, alright, let's guess it's over with. Nezu tells him, well, that's perfect since you came in person. But there's something else we need to talk about. We can't talk about over the phone. Ben basically looks at him serious, saying, what is it? Nezu tells him, it's All Might. His time limit is now on 3 hours. Ben tells him that's interesting. Has he picked someone yet? Nezu tells him, no, not yet. Ben basically asks, so do you want me to pick up the slack for All Might? Nezu tells him, as much as I would like that to be the case, the universe needs a hero. The universe needs a Tennyson. As for us, Japan needs the number one. They need their All Might. Ben tells him true, but I'm not the only one in this fight. Nezu looks at him and tells him, but your son's not a hero. He might slip through it from time to time, but he will eventually get in trouble. Ben tells him, I'm not talking about my son. Just give him time, though. But this person that I'm talking about, Ben slides a folder with the picture of the person, this random person, with the skills that they done and what they did. Nezu looking at the pictures and looking at the folder about their reports. Based on that's pretty interesting. And this person is a plumber. Basically, Ben tells him, yeah, so practically already a hero. Nezu looking at the report saying, it's been a while since the last report this person came in. Are you sure the person hasn't gotten rusty? Ben tells him, not at all. I've been training with this person for a while. And plus, I didn't get a chance to grab their updated file. So, no, not rusty at all. Nezu puts the folder back in place and slides it back to Ben, telling him, well, I can see that they got everything straight. All they need to do is just meet me, All Might, and the rest of the teachers, and they're good to go. Ben tells him before this conversation is over, just to be clear, this might not work, since you know how stubborn All Might can be. Nezu tells him, yes, I know, but this is just in case. Ben tells him, alright, let me get in contact with this person first, then we can settle this. After getting in contact with the person, Ben basically tells them everything that they're going to plan. The person basically asks, so, is All Might going to be a teacher at UA, since you're calling me? Nezu responds with yes. The person on the other side asks, can I make a suggestion? Nezu says, go ahead. The person on the other line says, well, since you guys want me to replace All Might as well replace him as a teacher. Nezu is surprised, basically asking, wait, so why do you want to replace All Might as a teacher? The person responds, well, I know I could be faster, stronger, and more capable than All Might can when it comes to combat. But there's one thing he has over us, is the fact that he is the number one hero. Nezu tells him, oh, I see. So when it comes to villains and All Might shows up, they immediately give up. But when it comes to a person that is unknown to the society, they basically see they have a fighting chance against the person to see if they can get away. The person responds with, yeah, and plus I'm not really ready to be in the spotlight. Well, not yet. So I prefer being a teacher instead. Now, when it comes to All Might, when he's ready to teach, I'll be his assistant. But when he's not capable, I'll just be the main teacher until he's ready. Nezu told him, alright, that sounds good to me. All you need to do is tell All Might about this and the rest of the teachers, and we're good to go. Also, I need to give you a schedule. After that, we're good. The person on the online said, wait, is that it? Nezu tells him, not really. We need you to come in person so you can pick up your schedule, and we can change around to your liking if needed. The person on the other side is saying, I don't think it's going to work like that. They told him, right, even though they might hear about you, they might want to see you face to face. You know what type of person you are, so you might want to come in tomorrow. Once they're done talking, the call cuts off. Ben tells them, well, since we're done with that, might as well head back home. When Ben leaves, Ned begins to look over some files. Big saying the new first year is going to be pretty interesting this year. Alright, I'm going to end it off right here. Yep, and sorry I took so long.